Okay. I think that should fix my audio on the stream. So that should fix that. So again, we were in Neverwinter Woods, and we as we kind of finally got through the voodoo doll trap, we kind of ran and just tried to take off as fast as we could, and stumbled right into an orc and half-orc patrol that was pretty heavy. I think one of us died, that was knocked unconscious, that we were able to bring it back on, and we were able to push back the orcs with some clever magics, especially from Seducius, our bard, who managed to mind control one of them and made him attack all of his counterparts. After suffering quite a bit of damage amongst all of you, you did decide to kind of opt in rest. You noticed that one of the orcs was kind of running northwards as you were trying to kind of figure out where they were and what they were doing, and so you kind of followed after taking a little bit of a rest and healing up a bit. And as you guys did, you noticed off the ways there was a bit of like a almost like a henge, like a stone henge, that you kind of saw from afar as you kind of walked it. And in the center of this henge, you saw that there were these two figures, kind of humanoid figures. Hard to tell exactly what they were, but around them were these much smaller twig-like figures that were dancing kind of around in some type of ritual. Zendri, in an effort to try to get closer and sneak up, was able to get closer and see that these were half-orcs, like anchorites of Talos that you've recognized before. And it was very clear that they were trying to summon something with this ritual. But as Zendri was in that space, just trying again to be sneaky, which is strange for a cleric, she tripped and just made a huge ruckus, which like got everyone's attention. And that's where we're gonna start, is in the middle of this kind of hill and this henge. And we're going to start by having everyone roll initiative, because we are going to enter combat almost right away.
We just need a trip and fall.
So if everyone
in chat, or do you want to see this online?
Whatever feels good for you. If you could just do me a favor, put it in chat, whatever the number is, so I have it. If you want to do it in chat, it's !check in it.
Nah, darn it.
Yeah, I know. It's all right. It's going to be a while. And then I'm gonna just insert these folks.
Craig literally wrote roll initiative.
I know.
He did.
What do I do?
It's ! check initiative.
Hey, you know what? Fuck you guys.
Not for free, bro. Not for free.
What am I doing?
I hate all of you.
That seems right. That seems fine. We hate you back. Don't worry. We hate you back. Don't worry.
I rolled on screen and in chat. It's meant to be, dude. Keeping the 12.
Keeping it 100. Keeping it 100.
Nicole, shut up. Stop laughing. Stop laughing.
Okay.
Can you turn your video off? I don't want to see your face.
I want nothing from you. All right, where am I going?
You're starting to turn into Nate now with your microphone.
I mean,
I'm
good,
getting louder and yelling.
Good role models is all I'm saying. You know. So why are you mad about it?
I'm not mad at it at all. Who? Yo, they're clowning you in the chat.
Who? Me or Nate?
It's always you, Craig.
Oh, Jeremy. They're getting at Jeremy.
Avalon needs to share that picture she sent to me in the chat somehow.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, it's Boberwitz.
Oh, is Nikki B in there?
Yeah, talking crap.
Well, you know.
Don't worry, I'm not the medic in this game. Don't worry.
Okay, all right, Flux. What do we got first? Flux, 21, nice. And then we've got Seducius with somewhere. Where are you, Seducius? 17. And then we've got Torin with 12.
Yep.
And then Zendri with an 11. And Celeste, what did you get? 13 right there at top. Awesome.
Yeah, on top.
Okay. So I'm just gonna get everyone kind of situated where you are because I know we're all over the place. So first off is Zendri, you were over here. Burp.
Pull up this map.
Yeah, let me know if the map isn't working super well and I can adjust it.
That's pretty cool on the phone.
Yeah, when it's actually your turn, you'll be able to actually move your character on your own if you like. Kind of up to you how you want to do it. Let me just get everyone situated on the map and then we can start. Okay. These guys are all
screaming in the background. What is that?
that is my wife disciplining my daughter who still will not go to bed.
I love it.
Yo, the daughter-mother dynamics are so hard. Like, dude, I don't envy any of that. Like, it's hard. Not at all. Like, just from this distance, I'm like, I don't want to be anywhere near this nuclear explosion, and she's only 5. Oh my gosh. It doesn't end. It literally doesn't end, dude. Yeah. Nate, have you ever seen the movie Lady Bird? No. Okay, so you should watch it or have Maggie watch it. It's actually really, really good, and it's got a very realistic mother-daughter relationship. Really? Yeah. I may just. Maggie's shared that like it's different, and she remembers what it was like with her mom, but it's obviously different. Like when you're a guy and have no idea, and like a guy of a single mother and not knowing any of that stuff, it's definitely a thing. And I never had sisters or anything, so. Yeah. That being said, so let's go ahead and hit start and let's go. Start. So first up is going to be Flux. You're a pretty good ways away. If you can see on the map, you've got quite a bit of distance between these folks. Just to zoom in on kind of where most of the combatants are so you can kind of see a little bit more of what their spacing looks like. The 2 anchorites of Talos, the 2 half-orc kind of sorcerers that are there doing the ritual are in the middle. The twig bites, the kind of twiggy creatures are around, kind of moving and dancing still. While they all seem to have noticed where the noise came from, they don't necessarily notice where you're coming from, and they have not stopped the ritual yet.
Okay, and so they don't know where we are. We don't know if they're dangerous. We don't know. I mean, obviously half-orcs, yeah, but we don't know if these particular ones are.
You can kind of have context clues because of the last adventure and what you've done as well. Like right. you can tell that these are the same types of half-orcs you've been running into that have predominantly been hostile.
Okay. Well, I think I am going to attack one of them, actually. I think we should just get it started.
So you can move... If you want to use your full, your action as well, you can move right to about there.
I have this thing called... Hold, please. Misty Step.
Uh-huh.
Can I use that?
Yeah, so you can use Misty Step, I think, to travel 30 feet. In any direction. Double check me on the range. The only thing that I might say, Misty Step is an action anyway. So if you're just going to use an action to try to go fast, like basically with Misty Step, you would be able to teleport here and then use the rest of your movement to go up. You can just use your dash action, which is just a regular ability that everyone has. I might save Misty Step for when you need to like bamf out or something.
Okay, cool. So I will move up to, I kind of want to move behind one of those the one pillar that's like right in front of us. Yeah, that one.
Okay. That would be your full action. Do you want to use a bonus action?
No, I'll just hide behind there for now.
Cool. Awesome. So we will then go to next, which is going to be one of these creatures. And yeah, he's just going to try and move in the direction of the like people that he sees. Can he make it there? He can make it there. Awesome. So he is going to just try and take a swipe at Flux. And Flux, you see this tiny little twig creature. He's smaller than even like a little gnome. He's really small and just completely made of twigs. And he just has this like vicious sort of like as he's just trying to get you. And he's going to take it. Correct. But like a pissed off, like angry, like not like a cute Groot, like a upset. Like if if Groot was a Karen, this is what you see. So he's asking for the manager, and he's gonna try to take a couple swipes at you. So let's see if he hits you.
I got my claws.
He does this like your ankles a little bit, but it's not enough to really do you any damage. So that'll end its turn.
Cool.
And then that will bring us to Seducius. It is your turn, sir.
What's up?
So
all I can imagine is a little Groot thing saying, "I am Karen."
That's all it says. It's actually a little Karen. It says, "I am Karen." So
I am Karen. Oh my god. Okay. So I need to move closer. So that's half my battle.
Yes. If you don't want to use your action, you can move all the way to about here. If you do want to use your action, you can get up into the middle.
Okay, so what I want to do is use Crown of Madness on one of them, and that's 120 feet. So how close do you really have to be to use that?
To be 120 feet, you could actually probably stay where you are. I will say you probably have to move a little bit to see them through the So these, like, think of Stonehenge, right? Like those big lintel stones, like on top of two bigger stones. So you have to kind of move a little bit. I'll say that if you can kind of move into here, you can see a couple of the twig creatures and one of the big orc creatures.
The one that is closest to me is a twig creature. It's a little Groot thing, right?
Yeah, and they seem tiny and menacing, for sure.
I wanna get close enough to one of the orc creatures.
You're in range. You said it was 120 feet?
Yeah.
So let me just double check something. Let's do a line here because it'll give me a little bit of context. So, yeah, I mean, to that orc creature, it's only about 60 feet. So you're in range.
Perfect. Yeah, so I want to use that on the closest orc creature.
Okay, cool. So go ahead, and if you want to cast it in the chat, I can see the DC. So exclamation point cast, and then Crown of Madness.
Crown of Madness is all one word or separated?
Separated. If you put it in quotes, it should work.
Okay.
Oh, that's okay. Might have seen another one that you had. I can see it off your character sheet. Hold on one second.
Okay.
DC 14. All right, let's see. 11.
And that one, I only have it I have it at second level, so I'd rather use it at second level.
Yeah, you can only cast it at second level on that one.
Okay. Okay.
But let me just check something real quick. I'm gonna see what their wisdom is. Let me check. What's your wisdom bonus? +2. Yeah, he fails.
They always do.
Seducius is back in full force. All right.
You've been seduced.
You've been seduced. All right, so he is, as you kind of see this, like, purple swirling kind of dark shade of like a crown just kind of like into its brain. You see its eyes for a little bit just kind of flutter, and for the first time he does kind of pull away from the ritual that he's been doing. And he kind of looks around very angered and just like as he's kind of in there. I assume that ends your turn, Seducius, unless you want to do something else?
Nope, I'm just going to bask in the glory right now.
Awesome. So it is actually that Anchorite's turn. He's next. And in his madness, he's just going to attack what's next to him. So he's going to go for one of these little Karens. He's going to move up. And we want him to... Yeah, I think just use one of his gauntlets and take a swing at it. So let's see if he does. He totes does, and he does 5 points of damage. Yeah, he just, and you see this twig creature just, and it just like breaks apart into separate things, and you see tiny little Karen Groot face just murdered. So one is killed.
Yep.
You did it.
You did it!
Everyone, you're welcome.
So that'll bring us to another one of these little creatures, who is kind of in the back. So I think, yeah, he's just going to play up forward as well, just go as far as he can. Can he make it there? He cannot. So he's just going to run there-ish. That'll end his turn. Celeste, that brings us to you, sir.
Okay. I was thinking of doing a firebolt because I don't want to get too close to these guys.
Sure.
And that's a really far one. So, and you said I can move my character on this map, or?
You should have the access to, yeah. If I set it up correctly, let me know if you can or can't.
Oh, look at that! I do.
How cool is that, friends?
Boom. Okay.
So just remember that your speed is how far you can go. So your speed is 30 feet. So that's 35. You got to go back one tick.
Okay. So if I go here, I guess can I hit him through? Like, because the T4 is like in the way. Is that going to be?
Yeah, you probably couldn't hit the big one. I mean, T4s, like, the twigs are pretty small. They're tiny. You can see around them. I would say from there, you probably could hit the anchorite with your firebolt.
Okay.
You could also hit any of the other twigs that are there as well.
Okay. And that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Who it is a... well, I got to roll my d20, right?
Yeah, first thing you got to do is roll the, and if you just click, so if you're on the website on D&D Beyond right now, by the way, just so everyone knows, D&D Beyond, if you're buying digital dice, they're donating half of the proceeds to black organizations currently, which is really awesome. So if you want them, use them. But if you just click on where it says hit in that column, it will roll it for you and then tell me what the hit score is. And then if it hits, you can roll the damage column.
Oh, let's see. 20. Well,
Natural?
14 plus 6. So
Yeah.
14 plus 6, so it's 20.
And just so I know, who are you going for?
I'm going for, let me go back to the map here, A2.
Okay, yep, you can that, if it's 20, that hits for sure. So go ahead and give me the damage outcome now.
It's like they landed in the. Oh shoot! Hang on. They landed like underneath the things. Hang on, let me try it again. Really, it's on the top now. It's hidden by the top one.
If you hit the clear button, it'll clear off the last.
Okay, let me try it again. Okay, there we go. Now it shows on here. Okay, 13.
13. Okay, so 13 points of damage. Nice. So 13 points of damage to our friend. So you kind of see this erupt as well. I just need to check one quick thing on Crown of Madness. Yes, okay. So that, Celeste, I assume that ends your turn, or do you want to do anything else?
No, yeah, that's it.
Cool. Torin, that brings us to you, sir.
Alright. Pulling up the map thing on my other computer because it wasn't working on this one.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I should be able to move my guy. Dude, that's freaking sick.
It's cool, right? It's pretty handy. Also, if anyone's playing Dungeons & Dragons at home and you need a cool tool, I recommend Encounter Plus. It makes it a lot easier.
I didn't know we were doing ad now.
Yeah. Hey, I'm just hoping at some point in time we get some sponsors and then we can do this more. Is all. Why are you hating on the income stream?
Not worth it. So it looks like I can move my guy forever. Is that?
Yes, correct. So just remember, correct. Just remember that your speed is as far as you can move. So I think your character speed is 30 feet. So that's as far as you can go, unless you want to use your dash action, which means you don't get any other actions, and you can go up to double your speed.
Okay, so let's do 30.
That's about where Sless is, just about. So.
Right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then I'm gonna use. Since I'm far away, let me see if I have anything. I might not have anything. Actually, Thunderwave is 15 feet. That's far enough.
So it's 15 feet out of yourself.
biddies. It's all good. I'm very inclusive.
Oops. Hello, stream.
Hello, stream.
Blah blah blah.
Oh,
Hello.
somebody said "ooh, fixed."
Ooh.
Oh, she said wait.
Oh.
Can you hear us and Nate? Yes.
Most importantly, can you hear me?
All right.
No. Yeah. She blocked out to do shit.
We have Craig's album. Craig, play your album in full.
They say they don't hear Nate. Need everyone else. We need the moderator.
This will be fun. Everyone in the Twitch chat, I want you to type in what you think Nate is saying.
Blah 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 blah.
Yes, curse words is correct. That's what Nate is saying right
now. Shut up, Craig.
Oh Lord.
That it's only seeing that? That doesn't make any sense. Well, let's just see what happens. Still
no.
You're juggling like 100 things at once right now. So. Oh.
Almonds.
Yes.
Yes. Do you hear Nate on the Twitch?
We need more almonds.
Is it?
It said that you were really loud and clear. Oh, but then somebody else said no, Nate. Oh.
Weird then.
Let me see if I can.
Why don't you just close Discord and restart it?
Sorry.
you.
Oh yeah. What am I supposed to do? Shoot, I wasn't thinking this whole time. No, I'm just joking. Okay, so I want to do this thing that I don't know how to do. Basically, I want to summon a bestial spirit. And I think I basically can summon something within 90 feet.
You're gonna summon me when you use that spell, so I want you to know.
It says bad.
No.
Because the beast makes a number of attacks equal to half the spell's level. Yeah, I was gonna summon like in the middle. Let me see what 90 feet is from here. Literally, I could put it like directly in the middle of that stuff. Yeah. It looks like I can do
a mustache.
A mustache. Oh, I didn't know I could. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna do just like a pack of like wolves. I think. Well, I don't know. The thing is pack active. One wolf. Okay, let's do one wolf.
Lone wolf.
A lone wolf, dude. Dire wolf.
Yeah, dire wolf.
Do I have to? Okay. Does it have to be like one that's in my list? Is that like part of that deal? The shape thing? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll just do a dire wolf then. Okay.
This turn is sponsored by Rice Cakes. I just want you guys to know that plain rice cakes, which is nothing in it.
Yeah. Yeah, that works. Perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna have him attack the farthest one. Left, middle-ish. Or wait, am I attacking the gray things? Yeah, yeah, that one. We're attacking the red things, right? Not the gray things. Okay, I'll attack the red one. Yeah, this one. Yeah, I don't. This one's a little confusing to me. Let me see. Let's go, babies. Let's go. 220, baby. It's the no stash, bro. It's the clutch move. It has to be. I saved it though. So I'll put it on my mask. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. All right.
Am I still falling on the ground after tripping?
Yeah. Yeah, you're way over there.
After looking at Caduceus, you're falling on the ground.
Okay. Also, I think I finally got levels back to the stream Twitch, which is great. So hopefully it stays that way.
Let me see. Okay. So I'm pretty far away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can.
Can I like squeeze in between the trees and put me like more towards the front of the trees.
Okay.
And I want to shoot one of them.
If you get to here, you can shoot the one that Caduceus kind of made go crazy. However you want to handle that.
Yes, I did. You've been seduced.
Immediately concerned.
That's gonna be like the first T-shirt from the AP Club. It just says "You've been seduced."
Alright, I'm gonna take a stab at him with my crossbow. Because you know me and my crossbow.
Okay, go for it. So you can do that in chat if you want to do an exclamation point attack. Or you can do that on your character sheet, whatever is easier for you. This is 1,000,000%, by the way, Avalon, an outlet for Craig to just live whatever fantasy he needs. So that crossbow does miss. You kind of go a little wide just as you go through it. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
It's all your fault, Caduceus.
I blame Caduceus.
It usually is my fault.
I often blame Caduceus for most of these issues.
That's the second T-shirt from the AP Club. I blame Caduceus.
That's actually not a bad one.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's just an outlet for Craig.
Yeah, this is secretly my therapy session masked in the D&D game. So.
Everything happens to be about you.
I know. It
always is. It always is. So I think that ends Zendri's turn, which will bring us to the other anchorite. This one seems to be female, and you hear as she kind of sees this melee start to ensue, she says, "You will not stop us from finding a new home." And she's gonna move closer and just start to like fuck up some shit. Well, she does have this wolf in front of her, so I think. Would she want to attack that, or would she want to go for the main? Yeah, I think she's just gonna go for the wolf because it's right in front of her. So I think she's just gonna go for this bestial spirit you've created. And what spells can we do with my anchor right here?
If that gets hit, does that hurt Trent?
No.
Or no, because
it's got its own like life pool. Yeah, so she's gonna cast Thunderwave because nothing's really within that space. So she casts Thunderwave and just kind of claps her hands so it goes as it hits through. I'm gonna roll for your spirit, Trent, just to make it a little bit easier.
Okay.
It does fail that, so it's gonna take 2d8 damage.
Nicole, just turn off your camera. I can't look at you.
Your wolf's gonna take 15 points of damage. I'm gonna assume you cast that at second level or first level.
Second level.
Second level. Okay, so that would be is your spellcasting ability modifier plus 10 times so 20. So I think that puts you at about. That'd be 20. So that's gonna put you at about 25 health points. Or sorry, about 15 health points left. Just a heads up. If I did the math quickly
on that creature specifically, right?
Correct. I'm doing that math really fast, but let's just say right now it's got 15 health points left if I'm where I think I am.
I'll keep that on my phone.
Okay, so that will end its turn, and I think it's gonna stay in the range so it doesn't get an opportunity attack, but I think it's just gonna move a little more central. She'll just move a little bit more to the middle. So it'll end her turn, move to another blight, who is gonna just run forward and go for Flux as well, and just kind of at your ankles again, Flux, and let's see if it hits. Burp. It does. So you take. That a damage attack on it. You take 3 points of damage from this little twig thing clawing at your ankles. Like, oh, Karen, you're so cute. That'll end its turn. The next one is dead. That'll go to another one who's also just going to kind of swarm in. It's going to run through the lintel center as it's underneath it and also take a crack at you. That one hits as well. You take another 3 points of damage.
You holding up okay over there?
From these little Karen twigs hitting you.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine.
That will take us to another twig blight, who will probably just go for the wolf. That does hit the wolf, so that wolf takes 3 points of damage, so the wolf is now at 12 hit points, just a heads up. So, Flux, now it is your turn again at top of the round.
Okay. I'm going to... I want to produce flame.
Okay.
And attack little Karen 2.
Okay.
T2.
Light this baby's on fire.
Karen number 1.
Let's do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Pick it up. Dude.
Let me just see how produce flame attacks. Because I think you still have to make a Meshuggah.
Oh, does it produce flame on like a weapon?
No. You can do it like it's just in your hand basically, but you can touch it. But you basically still got to do an attack to see if you hit it. So if you look at produce flame, it says hit /DC and it says +4. Click on that +4 and tell me what the total is.
9.
And let me just see if that hits. I think it does, but let me double check. That actually does not hit, as it just kind of like gets around you, as it's a little bit more wily than you expect, and you're not able to hit it with that flame. Anything else you want to do? Right now, that's right. Anything else you want to do on that turn, Flux?
Charmander.
Yeah, just so sad, bro. Don't worry, dude.
No, I'm okay.
Pulls the heartstrings, dog.
That's right. You're not wrong. Don't ever hide your truth. You know what I mean? So Flux, anything else you want to do with that wasted turn? I mean, with your turn? Nope. All right, solid. So that's gonna bring us back to. That's gonna bring us back to one of these little Karen Groots at your feet. He's gonna go for you again. That one will also hit, and you'll suffer another 3 points of damage as these things start to just kind of crawl up your body and find little chinks in your armor. Seducius, that brings us back to your turn, sir.
I'm pretty sure the Dungeon Master is out for Flux tonight.
I'm out for everybody.
I'm ready, baby.
What would you like to do, sir?
I can't say what I'd like to do.
Oh, God. Gross. Gross.
What are you trying to do with this twig, dude?
Oh, it's not good. It's not good. No one wants to know where you're putting the twigs, Seducius. That's all we're going to say.
Oh, man. Follow my stream if you want to see what happens to the twig, okay?
Oh, God.
I have to keep crap at it.
Yes, you have to keep Crown of Madness up. Yep.
So I don't think I can do anything other than
you might have bonus actions. Like you could cast Healing Word, I think is one of the bonus actions you had. You could also use your Bardic Inspiration like we talked about. So you've got a couple of choices there. I might recommend maybe Flux isn't too bad on health. So you can use a Healing Word if you want to just top her off. You could also just give her an inspiration or another team member an inspiration if you need them to do something a little more serious.
No, I mean, I think we're handling the battle pretty well right now, so I'll just top Flux off.
Okay, so you're going to cast Healing Word?
I would love to.
I'm going to assume at level 1 because you don't need too much. If you want to just either roll on your character sheet or in chat, let me know what the total health that's going to Flux is going to be.
It'd be a check what?
If you want to do it in chat, you can do !cast and then space Healing Word.
Yeah, Nate, you should make those wood things talk like Ents from Lord of the Rings. That's a great idea.
Just super slow and old.
Yeah.
They're so small though; they're not big at all. Don't worry about it. It's we haven't cleared out your stuff. Here, I'll roll it for you. So she gets 5 points of healing back, Flux. 5 points of healing.
Yay.
Yay. Just make sure, Craig, that you mark off the cast on your character sheet.
Flux, I topped you off. I just want you to know that.
I heard and I felt that.
Yeah, turn off the camera for a minute. I know.
Woof. So that's going to end Seducius's turn. That will bring us back to the Anchorite, who still has it on. And he is going to just keep mobbing on people that's closest to him. So he's going to run forward in kind of this like as he goes through it, and just takes another just swipe with his tusks, with like his like little like Wolverine tusks that he's got on his fists at this creature. Rolls a 2, so he misses. Let me just double check if he doesn't get a second turn. He does not, so that will end his turn, but he's going to try and roll a save again to kind of break the madness. He does, actually. So you see that crown around his head just kind of chink off, and he's able to kind of shake that feeling. So you kind of see the seriousness in his face kind of come back, and now he's realized that he's had mind control put on him. But that'll end its turn, and that'll bring us to that twig, who is probably not cognizant enough to realize that he's been attacked. He is not, so he's going to also attack that Anchorite, because he's like, what the fuck, dude? And he does hit, and he does 3 points of damage to him. That'll end its turn. And Celeste, that brings us back to you, my friend.
All right, I'm just going to end this right now here. I'm going to use one of my rocks I have that I grabbed a couple times ago, and I'm going to do a little third level catapult.
Oh, okay.
We're just going to crush this guy right now.
All right. Who are you aiming at? A2? Or
well, yeah, he's the I thought one of them was dead.
So one of the little twiggies is dead, but the two Anchorites, the two kind of big half orcs, are still up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's just do A2.
Okay. So go ahead and cast your catapult.
Come on, don't. I won't do the automatic roll thing on here. Okay.
It should. No.
I'm hitting the Dex 14 column.
Oh, that's sorry, my fault. I looked at it wrong. I have to roll that. That's a me thing.
Oh.
He makes it. He rolled a 19, so he did make it. Let me just check if he does half damage still. If it impacts the solid surface, strikes the target, stops moving. Okay, so he was able to avoid it. And kind of step out of line on that one. I just want to see if he takes half damage at all. He does not. So yeah, he did manage to avoid it and get out of that way.
Well, there you go. I guess I won't end it then.
Correct. Any other things you want to do on your waste of a turn? I mean, on your turn, Celeste?
Oh, man. Oh, I'm coming unplug your microphone again. No, I'm done.
Torin, that brings us to you, my friend.
All right, so if I'm reading this correctly, can I do another one of these bad boys?
I don't think you can have more than one, but let me double check.
Okay. It doesn't really specify, but I have 3 slots. I didn't know how that worked exactly.
So technically you can cast the spell again to like revitalize it, but I don't think that you can, what's the word there? Why do you have 8th level spells? What's going on in your character sheet? What am I missing?
It's those fireball necklace thing that I got, dude.
Oh, that's right. Fuck, I forgot. I totally spaced on that.
Yeah. I was gonna say that for big
your companions. Yeah, I'm gonna say I'll double check for next time, but I'm gonna say you can only have one of them available at a time.
That's fair. I don't know. I'm trying to like speed read through it. But, okay, so let's do this one. Let me. Want to move my dude real quick. Where's my move? I'm gonna get up.
That's more than your speed, so just a heads up.
Oh no, I need to go like here. Oh man, yeah, I can't go very far. I can go like here. 30?
Yep.
That's good, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I can get. So am I allowed to attack with my normal dude and my other guy at the same time?
Yep.
In conjunction. Okay.
Yep. He'll basically go right after you.
Right.
Okay. So I'm gonna do sheet. Just my regular. I can type this one. I think actually this might be better just to click on the screen. I'm gonna use my dragon sword.
Okay.
Dragon Slayer longsword. I'm gonna click it on the screen. See how it goes here.
Yeah. Let me know what the hit is.
I got a 10 plus 4, which is 14.
That does hit. So you can go ahead and roll the damage now.
Okay. Dude, that's so cool. 11.
11. Okay, so as you just like it doesn't even like cut the twig. It like the thickness of the blade is like almost the thickness of this twig's body, and it just like cracks it in half as it just like and you swear as it like goes down, you hear Groot Karen say, "I want the manager," and it's just dead. So that'll bring us to your wolf, and then we'll circle back to Zendri. Would you like to do anything with your bestial wolf?
Yeah, the bestial is going to attack the same guy.
Okay.
I don't know what number that A1. I think.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and roll the attacks for him.
Okay. Cool.
First one misses. Second one misses. Something like there's some weird juju on your characters, by the way, Torin. So like last turn, I don't know how this happened. It rolled 2 20s back to back. And this time it rolled 2 6s back to back. There's like, you got some weird juju coming from Torin's side, but it does miss in both effects. So that'll bring us down to Zendri. It is your turn.
It's my turn.
It's your turn.
Happy game.
Remind me, Sacred Flame I can do from a distance, right?
Yep, absolutely.
But I do kind of want to get closer to where I'm not going to hit any of my friends.
Sacred Flame is like single target, so you won't hit anybody else. And from your, let me just see where you are in your viewpoint here. I don't know why
if
that's...
you move me closer to where they're at, I just want to make sure I'm not...
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can get right up in it if you wanted to, but if you want to do Sacred Flame just to make sure you have a clear shot, you can just move like here-ish, and you have pretty much a shot on almost everyone.
Yeah. Go for it.
Cool. All right. So Sacred Flame, I think, is a me thing, so I got to see if I make that deck save. He does fail, so if you want to tell me what the damage is, if you're on your character sheet, if you see where it says like effect, and then it gives you a Mashugana, like says 2d8, you should be able to click on it. How much did it give you?
Oh shit, this is tight.
It's cool, isn't it? Yeah, it's rad.
Go. It gave me a 6.
6. Okay, so 6 points of damage to him. All right, not as much, but it's something. It counts. It's still hitting him, unlike last time. It's fine. So that will end Zendri's turn, and that will bring us back to the other Anchorite, who is just going to keep going for the wolf, seeing that he's kind of focused on that one. But you hear him, you hear her, because this is the female half-orc. You hear her say, kind of as she's fighting, "We withstood the dragon and survived. You mean nothing." And then she takes another couple swings at the wolf. She does hit the wolf, and that will do another. What does it end up being? Another 5 points of damage to the wolf. So I think the wolf is now at like 7 hit points.
Yep.
Okay. And that I think will end its turn and move us to one of these blights. It's still on flux, so it's going to go for flux. It misses. That'll bring us to the other one who's near the wolf. That will go for the wolf. It hits, so I think the wolf is at 2 hit points now, just a heads up. And then back to the top of the round, Flux, it's your turn again.
Okay, hold on.
Holding on.
Hold, please. Okay. I'm going to attack with my longsword, but I'm also going to add Hunter's Mark.
Okay, sure.
So wait, if I click on the... Do I have to click on Hunter's Mark?
You have to hit cast.
Gotcha.
I'm going to give you like a little cheat here, though, just so we're not too far behind, although you guys are doing pretty well in this fight. You can tell that these things are super squishy. Like you don't know if you need the extra Hunter's Mark damage.
Perfect. Maybe I'll take off Hunter's Mark.
So you don't waste like one of your few paladin spells on this.
No worries.
I'm pretty sure Seducius already knows that they're pretty squishy. So.
Oh god. Oh, it's gross. It's gross where he wants to use them. If he picks up one of these twig bodies after the battle, everyone needs to be concerned. Is all I'm gonna say.
He's definitely taking.
All right, so you're trying to hit it with your longsword?
Yes, I am.
Seducius was thinking the same thing.
Oh god. All right, if you want to just tell me what you rolled or put it in chat, either one's fine. Nice, that hits. You do 7 points of damage. And which one were you going for? T2 or T5?
T2.
Okay, so T2 is murdered. I want a refund, and it just dies.
Oh my god.
Okay, so that one is dead. I'm just here to entertain everyone. Don't worry, friends. Canceled. Groot Karen has been canceled. Okay, that will end Flux's turn. Seducius, back to you, sir. Please be conscientious of what you're doing with your twigs.
Everyone in the chat, whose sword is longer, mine or Flux's? I just want to know.
Oh yeah.
I think we all know the answer to that.
Don't put it out there.
Just so we're on the same page, I don't even think you have a sword. I think you have like a rapier, which is a skinny, thin blade.
A tiny little dagger.
Correct. That's all right. From what I've heard of how you're supposed to like use that, it's much more. I don't know. Like, what's the term? Showy. Maybe not so much growy. I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing.
Like a little whittled piece of wood, dude. You ever see that?
Okay. Put them all on mute. Hey, concentrate.
It's all how you use it, right? It's all how you
Swiss
use
Army
it.
knife, dude.
Correct. Just sing him a song. I'm sure that'll be fine. Helga thought it was. Helga was fine.
Oh,
desperate.
Yeah.
All right, what do you want to do with your turn?
Where am I on the map? Is that me? Down here?
Yes. Are you on the website?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're pretty far down. In between
pencil,
the trees still.
He's holding the little pencil.
Pew pew.
Whoa!
Jesus.
You're the S down at the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what I want to do. How much can I move and have actions for? Like, I have a spell like 15 feet.
You can move up to 30 feet without using an action. So that would put you, if you just head straight like north as the crow flies, that would put you here.
Okay. And then I can still use an action.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I'll go that far, and then I'll just use Dissonant Whispers on that little twig that's closest to me.
That twig that's like right next to you is dead.
No, the one that says.
You can zoom in. Pinch to zoom.
It's all pixelated.
Is it pixelated for anybody else?
No.
No, it looks really good on my.
I don't want to talk about more of Seducius' shortcomings, but apparently technology is one.
Sorry, I have a non-Retina 2013 iMac. Okay.
Yeah, that one's dead. So the one that's up is T5, which is the one kind of like diagonally from Flux. Okay. You want to cast Dissonant Whispers on it? Okay, hold on. Seducius.
I don't think it's the display. I think it's his like bottle cap glasses he's got.
Unfortunately. It does fail. So if you want to roll damage and let me know, we'll see if we kill the Karen Groot here, Seducius.
God damn you guys.
I just want you to know that you started this because you were the one who said you are seduced. This is 1,000,000% your fault. In either case, how much damage does it do?
What am I typing?
You can type. Well, your Mashugana is set up. So on your character sheet, if you want to just tap on the damage section of Dissonant Whispers, let me know what you got.
I'm trying to figure why you attacked that thing and not one of the big guys.
It's his game to play. It's his game to play.
Listen, I always play the long game, and I always win. Okay.
I mean, so far you've been doing great.
Long game with the short stick.
How much was the damage, bro?
It says 14.
Okay, awesome.
Right? What am I?
So next to 14, it says 3d6. If you click on that 3d6, what is it?
Doesn't do anything when I touch on it.
Oh no! Here, I'll roll it for you. It's all good. I'll turn it on for you. So you do 15 points of damage, and the twig Karen again just crumples and dies. You hear just a little like as it falls to the floor dead. So he is also. Oh god! You just keep asking for more.
What?
Take care of all the twigs.
I feel like somebody needs to record that, so we hit a button and it just says it.
Yes. I'm gonna record that with this microphone.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be a good microphone to do it on. So that'll bring us back to the other anchorite, and he is, yeah, I think he wants to like really fuck shit up. So I want to see if he can here. Yeah, I think he sees a line there. So what do we want to do? How do we want to do this? Can he make it that way? Oh yeah, this is not going to be pretty for anyone. Okay, so he's going to get down in this area because he's trying to set himself up for an attack here. And he is. You kind of see him say, "To Talos and Gorthok," and he kind of pushes his hands together forward, and you see these electrical sparks shoot out as he casts lightning bolt directly in front of him, kind of through this line here. So this blue line goes forward from his person through Seducius and through Flux, and I need both of y'all to roll a thing. What is it? I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw for me if you could. Oop, actually, it might be a dex save. Hold on one second. Let me double check it. Actually, yeah, I need you to roll a dex save. So in chat, you can do that pretty easily if you do ! Save space dex. Okay.
Save space dex.
Dex. Yep. DEX.
Wait! Exclamation.
God.
Shut up.
D.
Okay.
DEX.
All right. So you both did make the save as you kind of see this bolt kind of come at you and you try to dodge out of the way. You're going to take half of this number, though. Let me put it in chat so we can see it, and I'm going to be fair because it's going to be likely a lot. 86. Okay, so you're going to take half of 25. So let's say 13. Both of you take 13 points of damage as this electricity starts to crackle near you. Oh, that's weird. You should refresh, Craig. I don't know why it's looking like that.
I'm telling you.
So yeah, you go kind of see this crackle as it goes, and he just kind of laughs from there through these tusks, kind of growing out of his lip. That'll bring us to the other blight, who is going to just kind of change targets as well, run forward, and also attack Flux, seeing that the rest of his compatriots are kind of doing the same. Flux, you do take another 3 points of damage from that. Siri's gonna stop talking to you, by the way, if you start talking to her that way. She's definitely gonna abandon you. That'll bring us back to Celeste, though. It is your turn, sir.
Okay.
You're so stupid.
Oh man. Well, I'm not doing the catapult this time. I'm going right near this guy. Let me see if I can move far enough here. Go away. All right, let me see if I can move in a good line here. If I moved, well, what'd you say I can move 30 feet?
30 feet, yep.
If I did that, and I did my lightning bolt attack, do you think it could go through the first guy all the way to the second guy? Because it kind of goes in between.
Oh, sure. What level are you casting it at?
Level 3.
Level 3. Let me see what the range is to level 3. So.
Oh, it says 100 feet.
100 feet. Yeah, that would. I mean, I'm pretty certain. So let me just make another. I'm gonna pick like the cyan color so we separate it from the other one. So if it's 100 feet from you, that would 1,000,000% hit both.
Perfect. All right, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Shoot a little lightning bolt.
Yeah, just a heads up.
14.
I'm gonna let it hit the twig as well because they're kind of on the perimeter of that. But it's also gonna hit Trent's wolf. Truth be told, Trent probably doesn't care, or Torin probably doesn't care. But I'm just putting that out there. So they need to roll saves.
Way to hit at me, bro.
Yeah, sacrifice.
I'll remember this, bro.
I'll know. What is your
right.
save?
Not me, so we good.
First one fails. Second one fails. So they both fail. So go ahead and roll your damage, and put it in chat because this can be entertaining.
Put it in the chat.
Yeah, right. Do exclamation point roll and then 8d6. It'll be entertaining to see how high it goes. Nice. 24 points of damage to all of those, all of them. So the first one closest to you is kind of like on the ground, not dead, but kind of writhing, like he take all these jolts of electricity directly to him. The second one is also doing the same. Both of them look pretty devastated. They're not quite dead, but they're almost there. The wolf is dead, and the other twig creature at the very top is also dead. So both of these dudes are done.
Lay him out.
Hey, time to get this fight over with.
That's right. You're not going to the Googs after that.
That's right.
That's right.
All right. So that ends Celeste's turn, I assume.
I came back from the Googs to do that.
Right.
Torin, that'll be your turn then.
All right. So what do we got left here? There's 2 guys left on the field. Oh no, 3.
Yeah, there are 3. So 1 twig creature and then 2 of the anchorites to Talos.
All right. So let's do. I'm gonna spawn another one, like next to A1 again.
Okay. All right.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's totally okay. I'm just gonna revive this one here since we still have him in battle.
Yeah, that's fine.
And so what did we say? 25.
Am I allowed to? If I do that, I have no other moves, right? I can't go attack this other A2 guy.
Correct. That counts as your action.
Okay, that's fine though. I'll do the farther guy.
Awesome. So he'll attack. I think he has to wait a turn. Let me just triple check that. I know I ran that differently before, but I'll make sure. Summon Bestial Spirit. Uses Bestial Step Block when you cast a spell. Choose environment. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. Yeah, so he can attack. So if you want him to attack that dude, he can.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll just do the
first one misses. Second one misses. So both of those attacks that he has does miss. Zendri, that brings us to your turn, though.
Oh, snap.
Oh, snap.
Can I just ask, what's the long blue rectangle line?
Technically, it's no longer on the field. That was Sless's lightning bolt that he used to hit both of those characters.
Both of those guys.
Yeah. We're leaving up there for Craig to see that long lightning bolt.
I removed it, so I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I want everyone to feel included. I don't want them to be part of that.
Actually, the outline of my sword.
Oh, God. Why is it so rectangular? I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, Zendri, it is your turn.
Yeah, Windows P.
So it looks like those two have about the same amount of hit damage.
Yeah, correct. They're both looking pretty gnarly. They're both pretty close to dead.
Oh, that's close to dead. Tight.
Tight. Cool. Tight.
I'm gonna go for the one below me.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try and knock his ass out this time.
What are you gonna try to hit him with?
My bow.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit.
If I get it dead on, then we'll be good. Is it exclamation point attack?
Yeah, you can do that. That works.
So not the right way?
Oh no, that's right. Exclamation point attack, space crossbow.
Oh, come on!
You do miss. As it goes wide. I'm gonna reserve judgment for the next thing I say. Next.
It's third time's the charm, all right?
That's right.
Nate, you're terrible.
The other anchorite, seeing the wolf reiterated, I think is. What's he want to do here? Yeah, he's not giving up this ground, so I think instead he's going to deal with just doing as much as he can, and he's going to try to avoid the wolf. We're going to talk about that in a bit, and he's going to move. Yeah, good. He can get to about here. Okay. Yeah, he can get to about there. So he's then going to cast his Thunder Wave, which is going to actually hit. It's going to go for Seducious, Flux, and Tauren. I need y'all to roll. I want to say Constitution saves. Yeah, so I need you guys to do a Constitution save. So you can do that in chat if you'd like. It's exclamation point save space con. All right, Flux fails. You make it.
Let's go.
And okay, so let's see. How much was it?
Craig's didn't work again.
It worked.
Oh, I thought it didn't. It didn't come up on the top.
Cool. You guys are gonna take 7 points of damage for Flux, and everyone else takes 4.
I'm down to 12 points out of 39 points. That's so cute.
And then I rolled an opportunity attack.
Don't worry.
And then I rolled an opportunity attack from the wolf because it left its range and it missed. So.
I'm just gonna call you Chevron.
That'll end its turn. Flux, that brings us back to you.
You got the tech on, baby. You good?
Chevron with Techron, brah.
Did you notice how Seducious can actually fill you up though? He just tops it.
This is just Seducious at the pub. Just.
Okay. That was good.
Flux, what would you like to do on your turn? And you can use the whole thing if you'd like to just make fun of Seducious if you want to take that as an action. It's okay. I'll allow it.
Okay, stop.
We killed Flux, y'all. We killed her. She's gone.
Shit.
Wait, so we still have one of those group Karens, right?
Yes, you do.
Alright, let me kill that little group Karen.
Okay.
The Groot Karen. Oh
The group Karen. With my long sword.
With my long sword. All right. Go ahead and roll your attack for me, dear.
I got you.
That actually misses as it kind of like jumps out of the way. So anything else you want to do on your turn? You want to stay there? Really, all you got left is a movement if you'd like to try.
No, I'm okay.
All right.
You should move further away.
I'm a little concerned to say it, but Seducious, it is now your turn again.
Oh gosh. Hey, Seducious, how about you go after one of the big guys? If you can handle it.
All right. I'm gonna move a square closer to A2.
Okay. You can move it on your map, or I can move it for you. Whatever's easier for you.
I can move it?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
That's some shit right there, dude.
Been doing all that, dude.
Oh, I didn't know I could do that.
I mean, when you're trying to look at it in Microsoft Paint, that's probably the issue. True.
I figured out the issue, by the way. I figured out the issue.
Finally.
I can't pinch to zoom. You have to use 2 fingers and go up and down, and that's what makes it work. Just
That's
so you
what
guys
you
know.
said.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. This is why we were trying to skip his movement. But in either case, Odysseus, what would you like to do, my double-fingered friend?
Oh my. Here we go.
The chat is here for it. The chat is here for it.
Woo, okay. All right. I am going to do a thunderclap on E2.
Of course you are. All right.
Yeah.
So it's a 13 that he's got to hit, right? Yeah, 13. He fails. If you want to roll damage.
I would love to.
Oh god.
We're also still
What the fuck am I typing? Hashtag roll 2d6.
Yes, that will work. Yes, that will work.
Oh god. I love this.
Nice. All right, 6 points of damage to A2 as he's kind of down there on the ground, writhing from the lightning bolt, starting to get back up. He's not feeling very good, but he's still alive. These dudes, you can kind of tell, are pretty tough and thick-skinned, but he's almost there. That will bring us back to his turn, though, he is. What does that do? I don't actually know. No, that's not gonna help him. Burp. Yeah, I think he's just gonna cast Thunder Wave right back at you. But Seducius, I think. Well, actually, he's gonna do this because he's a little more clever than that. Hashtag I'm a little more clever than that. So Seducius and Torin. I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw. So !save space con. All right, you both fail. So you're both gonna take. Roll 2d8. You're both gonna take 9 points of damage. But also so is that twig, I think. Let's just see if he makes the save. He does not. So the twig actually dies as well.
I've taken worse.
Perfect.
I'm disgusted. I'm just going to put this out there. I don't care. This might be low-key incendiary, but Seducius has been my favorite character tonight. Next. Okay. So, Celeste, it's back to your turn.
Oh, man.
Everyone likes to hate on someone. It's good content. That's all I'm going to say. Celeste, it's your turn.
I am going to go ahead and do a... let's do an ice knife.
Okay.
It's the first level. Because this guy's... The A2 is almost dead, isn't he?
A2 is almost dead. I'm just going to double check. You want to do ice knife, yes?
Yeah, well, that's going to hit Seducius next to him, isn't he?
I'm giving you an opportunity to double check.
Yeah.
I'm slowly taking off the training wheels. I don't know if that started to become clear. I'm like slowly letting you decide your own things.
All right, I'm going to do a catapult again.
Okay.
My first level this time.
Okay.
With, one of my rocks here.
Okay.
So it's a 14 dexterity throw.
All right, let's see if he makes it. He fails, so that does do the damage. You can go ahead and let me know what you got.
16.
Nice. That does so like this like giant stone. As you throw it, kind of leaves your hand. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it just like grabs this like almost boulder size and hits this dude and just crunches in his face and just you see this blood kind of go through it, and he kind of crumples down to the ground, dead. So that one is murdered.
That's right.
And
you're welcome, Seducius.
Torin, that brings us back to you, my friend.
All right, let's do.
It's like the first thing you've done in three games.
I know it is. Yeah. I'm just glad I didn't jump down into a pit of swords.
Yeah.
Twice, by the way. Twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Torin, what would you like to do?
What's W1? Is that something on the map?
W1 is your wolf creature.
Yeah, that's your wolf.
Oh, that's me. Okay. Can I move him? Oh wait, I guess I could read. Let me see how far he can go.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I don't know what this says. They can go 30 feet.
Yes, 30 feet.
AirPod problems.
Yeah, you're still having AirPod problems. We can't hear you.
Test.
I can hear you.
Oh, now we can.
Okay, sorry. I had to switch left to right. Dude, they run out of battery in like 12 minutes. Alright.
It was just hard to see whether or not your mouth was moving open without the visual indicator of the mustache. That was what it was.
The mustache.
Yeah, don't stress. Yeah, that's better. That solves it.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to move that homie closer to A1.
Okay.
I think they can go 30 feet based on what I'm reading. That's what the feet says.
He can make it all the way there, for sure.
Okay. And then I'm going to have my guy also move, which I can do that one real quick. Let's see.
That's about as far as you can go.
Right there. Okay. We'll go there.
Yeah.
So I'll do... Okay, go ahead.
So just a quick thing to note is, so like if you kind of see that lintel stone, see like that dotted path like underneath it. So that's basically like an upright stone. You can't see through that. What you can do though, because these other two characters are dead, if you want to be like here, like up in this dude's business, you can.
Okay.
Because it's underneath
it. I'll go there. Yeah, I'll go there. I'm just gonna sandwich this guy basically.
Yeah, for sure. You're speaking Seducius' language. I feel it.
Yes, you are. I go full Seducius and Eiffel Tower that. I'll use the dragon sword first.
Bardic inspiration at its finest. See what's happening here?
I do. It's a shame you just haven't cast that spell yet. That's the only thing. All of your bardic inspirations, by the way, I think we landed on this. This is the decide. So it's a good idea to add flavor to like anything you do. All of your bardic inspirations should 1,000,000% be like sexual euphemisms. I'm just gonna make that a rule if your name is Seducius, and if you don't do a good one, I'm gonna remove the inspiration. So just have them ready. All right, Torin. Sorry for the interruption. Your turn, sir.
It's fine. I'm gonna hit the dragon sword.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll on screen, which is a 10.
That actually misses.
Dang. All right. So then I guess it goes to my wolf.
Okay, and I can roll for your wolf here.
Okay.
First one hits. Second one misses. So let me just double check how much damage he did because I lost my cheat sheet that I had for you. What is it? 1d8 plus 4. Plus the spell's level. So that was 3rd level, right? Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
2nd level.
So 1d8 plus 4. 7 plus 2nd. So 9 points of damage, which does kill her. As she dies, though, you see her kind of like see this like wolf try to grab her from the back and like slowly bite onto her like her jugular, and she's like bleeding out a little bit. And you see her kind of look up towards the heavens, and she says, "Talos, damn you!" And this just huge lightning bolt just in the center of the lintel stones just crashes through the ground. And this crater like of space and dirt just starts just spewing everywhere. There's all this rock and debris and smoke. And the electricity from this central area is just almost palpable. You can feel it even from afar, as like the hair on the back of your neck starts to stand up. You feel some of like your clothes almost start to get pulled to it from the static electricity. And you hear this like guttural, deep grunting come from the center of this kind of crater. And as you kind of are like a little stunned from this area, you see charging out the image of a huge, like giant boar creature with super white tusks and like lightning coming out of its eyes. And I'm gonna put him on the map and in the chat so you guys can actually see what he looks like.
Sounds like your kind of guy, Odysseus.
Yeah. All over the map.
It's a spectrum. It's a spectrum. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, don't hate on the spectrum. Okay. And so there is the giant boar creature. And as the as the other one dies, you hear, "Gorthok will destroy all of you," and then just as she dies at the wolf's mouth. So that will keep us in turn there. It was Torin's move.
What the hell?
The wolf went. Zendri, it is now your turn.
I can only imagine what that looks like on Craig's monitor. On mine.
I'm gonna put it in chat so everyone can see
The
it.
big blue pixel.
Oh man, it's Pumbaa on meth. Is what it is.
It really is. If Pumbaa did angel dust, it's this. That's what it is. Like,
Yes.
Pumbaa just did a shit ton of PCP and just went off the fucking rails. He ate Timon. He's wearing it as a fucking necklace.
Yeah.
I think Pumbaa's roid raging right now. Damn.
Considering we have this beast ahead of us, I'm gonna do some cure wounds on my girl Flux.
Yeah. All right. You want to cast it at first level, I assume, because she's not too badly hurt.
Oh wow, that's even bigger.
The only thing, Cure Wounds, just a reminder, Cure Wounds is touch, so you need to try to get to her. I don't think you have the speed. Yeah, you can't get quite that close.
I can't? I thought I'd be like right there.
Oh, actually, no, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you can. You can get right there. Yeah, if you where I moved you, you'd be there. That's true.
Look at that. See that convincing right there?
What the hell's happening on the screen? I saw glowing things. The fuck? Am I tripping right now?
You are.
What is that?
I think you might be Gorthok the Thunderborn. I think you are Pumbaa on meth right now. Hakuna my motherfucking Tata, bro.
Craig took PCP.
Holy shit.
Wait, are you still seeing it on the screen?
What are you talking about?
Is it still showing up, Craig?
Yeah, I see green glowing mist in the corner.
Oh, okay. So someone is moving something on the screen. When you log in, it shows me what you're dragging around on.
That was me. I was trying to move Zendri, but apparently I just created sparks and freaked Craig out.
Yeah, you can. Craig is definitely under a substance. But yes, you can like. It's how you can indicate to the dungeon master that like you're trying to put attention somewhere, but you can only move your character.
Got it.
I thought I let me move somebody else earlier, but maybe not.
You shouldn't be able to. You should only be able to move your own. Well, actually, I'm actually probably wrong on that now that I think about it. I think I haven't changed that yet. So, but in either case, Zendri, you can cast Cure Wounds if you'd like to.
Let's do that.
So go ahead and roll what your health will be, or what your healing will be, I should say.
Wait, what do I type? Oh wait, do I just press it?
Yeah, you should be able to just press it.
Flux is living her best life over there.
Right?
Say that again.
God, I can't.
Second level?
I mean, I don't know if you'll need to do it at second level. She's not that badly hurt.
I'm at 12.
Yeah, I thought she was pretty bad.
You're at 12 health points?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. All right. I mean, do what you need to do. Shit, I have not been paying attention. I almost murdered you. Hey, there's no better way to be an objective DM than to not look at your health points, right? I'm trying not to pull punches. It's called role playing.
Right.
You did this.
I rolled a 10.
Cool. So 10 health points back to my friend Flux.
Goodness.
Yeah, I have not been monitoring your health points. If you die, you die. So.
Great.
So Zendri, that's probably gonna end your turn. The wolf went already. That's gonna bring us back to Gorthok here.
Oh my god.
What does Gorthok want to do? Let's see.
Gorthok, dude. Jeez.
That's what Seducius wants to know.
Well, you know.
Could use both those
Gorthok and I gonna hit up the town tonight.
Gorthok, that just sounds oh god. Just girthy.
Gorthok is pretty huge, and he sees most of you are in a line. So yeah, he's gonna go for it.
Oh god, my man.
Well, I just want to see how we can get most damage here. I'm just gonna check something.
Oh god.
Yeah, y'all are fucked. Yeah, y'all are fucked. All right, so he's gonna do this because you can see that most of them are in that space. So this is gonna be the wolf, Zendri, Seducius, and Sless. I need you all to roll dexterity saving throws for me. So in the chat, ! Save space dex.
Dude, that thing is crazy.
I know.
Oh, you guys are really fucked. Okay.
Well, even me, I'm only 23.
No, it's not so much that. It's so this is a mechanic where he can recharge this ability. He normally only gets it once unless he can recharge it. He rolled what he needed to recharge it, so he can use it again afterwards. So everyone. Zendri and Sless, you are gonna take 18 points of damage.
What?
And Seducius and Torin, you are gonna take 9 points of damage.
My beast, right? Not me.
Oh yeah, sorry. You're a beast, yes.
Okay. Which I think he's full health. So.
What up, my beast?
I'm not gonna talk about it. Not gonna talk about
We don't want you lost your pencil, dude.
I think your beast, by the way, has 10 health points left. If I did that right in my brain. Woof is right.
Like, get it right. The last bandage, you hit it.
All right.
10 health points is all I need.
That will end Gorthok's turn, and that will bring us back to Flux.
Breathe, Flux, breathe.
I feel like Flux has been on something today.
Yeah.
She's gone. She's gone. Let it go. Let it out. Let it out, girl. Let it out. Everyone needs a good cry.
We have our like. We have our like childish humor going on. So you said roll exclamation save dex.
Save dicks, bro. Dicks. I need everyone to make a dick save right now. And just so everyone knows that dick saving is against Seducius. The good news is the area of effect on that's only about 4 inches, so you should be fine.
Oh,
snap.
All right, Flux, what would you like to do with your turn besides breathe?
I think Seducius came up with short on that roll there.
Save my dick. Save my dick.
I can't. Okay. All right. Hunter's mark. My long sword. Okay, hold on. I hate you guys so much.
What are you trying to hit, Flux? Are you trying to hit Gorthok?
Yes, I'm trying to hit.
Okay, let me get you closer to him first. All right.
Okay. hit the stone. That's what I'm doing.
Who else would we be trying to hit?
You fucking find out. So you're trying to go over this huge boar and hit him with his sword. All right. Do you want to do? And you can do it after you see if it hits or not. But just so I know, if it hits, do you want to do like a smite or anything on top of it?
Yeah. Let's
This might also be the time to use Hunter's Mark. Just putting that shit out there in the world.
That's what I said. I said a Hunter's Mark.
Okay, so Hunter's Mark, and with your longsword, let's see if that hits. Does that hit our friend Gorthok? The giant methed out Pumbaa? You actually miss.
Surprising.
Let me check one quick thing actually with Hunter's Mark. Actually, I gotta double check one quick thing for you. Hunter's Mark. Oops, that's Misty Step. I want Hunter's Mark.
Different.
Very. This is good play.
Yeah, you do miss. It doesn't give you a bonus to the hit. Okay, so anything else you want to do on your turn? Oh, that's actually everything you can do. So
that's all I can do.
That will end Flux's turn, and that will bring us to Seducius.
What's up?
Sup, dude?
I think it's time for thunderclap or something.
Careless whispers, dude.
Careless whispers.
All right, so.
Oh, it's the George Michael out here, dude.
Saxophone.
Yeah, I want to change dissonant whisper to careless whisper. That's
I'm perfectly okay with that flavor. Just so you know, though, we actually got in trouble for playing Crazy Train last time.
Did we?
Yeah, I had to mute the audio when I uploaded it to YouTube. It got mad at me.
Oh,
it's all good. I don't give a shit.
Actually,
I thought it was funny.
No.
We can say the title because
Really?
it's got it built in. It knows the algorithm.
It's a really
We can say
funny
the
story
title.
about
We just
Crazy
can't
Train.
like actually include it.
oh
But in either case, what would you like to do, Seducius, to this giant boar
my
creature?
God. Yeah, well, I'm gonna move myself a little bit. Yes. Tell me again how much I can move. I don't know why I always forget.
If you want to know on your character sheet, it's that portion that says speed, but I think for you it's 30 feet.
Perfect. Okay.
We got it again.
I'm gonna go here,
Mm-hmm.
and then my shatter has a 60-foot range.
Mm-hmm.
So what I like to do, so I don't hit who's that Flux over there.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to cast it like to the right, like if you like right next to his mouth, like over in that square, cast it there. 'Cause I think that would make it so it doesn't hit Flux.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna cast a shatter on Girthcock or whatever his name is.
You're not helping this at all. What level are you casting Shatter at?
Level 3.
Level 3. All right. So get 14 save. He fails. So go ahead and roll damage. He's gonna take full damage.
Okay, so I'm gonna do roll 48 is basically what I'm doing.
Yep. Ooh, nice. Okay. So
You've been seduced.
Oh God, I'm never gonna say anything good in this regard ever again. All right, so it takes as it kind of hears this like, and it suffers 17 points of damage. He's pretty tough. He doesn't seem to be too phased. Kind of shakes it off, and Hakuna Matata's back at you. So Celeste, it is your turn, sir.
All right, I'm gonna conjure up some fire here and start throwing it his way.
Yeah.
But I think I can throw it 240 feet, but I don't. So I think I'm okay where I'm at.
Yeah. What are you trying to throw?
Scorching Ray.
Okay, sure. So Scorching Ray is it is kind of a line. You'd have a hard time really kind of aiming that, so you'd have to move a little bit to try to get a better vantage point.
Okay.
Bless
Should I move there, or should I just move to the right?
I said bless you when I sneeze because I'm so used to saying bless you when people sneeze. It's a thing, I don't care. So I would say if you really want to get a good vantage point, I would probably recommend moving upwards. So I think you were like here. Like if you got here, you'd pretty much have a clear shot.
Okay.
With no penalty.
All right. Let's do that.
And then what level are you casting it at?
3rd.
Okay. So yeah, roll to hit, and you're actually gonna roll it 3 times because it's 3 rays. So I would do just to make it easy. Well, you can just click it 3 times. Just tell me what each one is.
Like, all right, so hit the +6 first.
Yeah, hit the
And so
+6.
16.
16. Let me double check. 16 hits. First one hits. If you want to hit the +6 again, let me know.
14.
That misses. So 1 hit so far, 1 miss.
And 20.
That not a natural 20, right?
No.
Okay, so 2 hits and 1 miss. So you can hit the damage button, that 2d6 twice, and tell me the total.
Right. Oh, come on. 10.
10. Awesome. I want to just check one quick thing just to see if I can help you out a little bit here, because I know this is kind of one of the first big bosses.
I rolled double 1s the first time.
Oh, that's not the most fun. I just want to check one quick thing about your character. Good. Just want to double check one quick thing. No. Yeah, that wouldn't help you in that regard. Okay, so it does 10 points of damage. A little bit kind of chinking away at it, just as these rays of fire go directly to it. I'm just going to put this out there for next time because you did take damage. You forgot to use your Hellish Rebuke, so just a reminder.
Well, I thought I used it after. I was ready to say that.
Oh, did you? Did I just not hear you?
No, I thought I said that. I thought I was going to do that after my attack.
No. So Hellish Rebuke is a reaction. You can do it as soon as it triggers, even if it's not your turn. That's why reactions are kind of cool. So as soon as it procs or it happens, you can call it out. So as soon as you take damage, if you still have a reaction left, like you haven't done it already, you can call it out and say, I want to use Hellish Rebuke. So I'll rewind a little bit. I'm assuming you want to use Hellish Rebuke?
Yeah. Oh, because he attacked me right after I attacked him. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no. Remember he did that lightning bolt on you.
Okay. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so even at that time, even if it's not your turn, if you take damage, you can use your reaction to cast Hellish Rebuke. So I'll hit it up on that one.
My turn. Okay.
So another Dex 14. He does make it, but you can still do half damage. If you want to roll 2d10 for me, I'll just take the half.
Let me get my chat.
Nice. So he takes another 7 points of damage as well. Working away at him. He's still standing, kind of pawing his floors on the ground. But after Celeste, that brings us back to Torin.
All right, let's do. See how close I am here. I want to move. I can go that far. Just move like right there. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but we're gonna actually. Oh wait. Oh crap! I just screwed that up.
It's okay.
Let me go back here.
Yeah, you have more than enough room to get there.
Okay, I'm gonna go over here then.
Mm-hmm.
Get a different angle. And then
My man.
I knew it. I was like, is he gonna let it go? Nope, he's not. He's not gonna let it go.
Gotta get the backside, you know. Nice surprise. Oh my.
I hope Chelsea does not walk by right now, Jeremy. I hope she's just not even in the room.
You might not know Chelsea that well. She might be into it.
Yeah, and I'm on headphones, so you're lucky.
You're good. You're good.
Perfect.
Oh my god. All right, I'm gonna do. Dude, I'm running low on spells here. Let me see here. Great, dude. All right, I'm just gonna hit him with my my sword, I guess. Let's do that. I'm gonna roll it on screen just so I can like see what happens here. All right, I got a 19.
That hits. Go ahead and give me your damage.
So there's 2 different ones. Does it matter?
Yes. So the reason why it's giving you 2 is it's a versatile weapon, which means you can swing with one hand if you need to hold something in your other hand, or you can swing with 2 hands. The way I've kind of been rolling it in my brain with you is if you cast a spell because you have a focus, that means your focus is in one hand and your sword's in another. If you didn't cast a spell on that turn, I'll allow you to use both.
Okay. So since I didn't cast one, I could do both.
Correct.
Yep. Last turn I have to. Okay. Or whatever turn that was. Okay.
Yep.
It is a 13.
Cool. So 13 points of damage. You're finally starting to get through. Like, this boar is as big of an elephant. Like, he's just, and you're finally starting to work through and seeing some blood trickle down. He's still standing and still looks pissed, but as he's starting to feel pain, he's like, now really kind of turning and starting to try and just deal with the threat in front of him. Zendri, that brings us back to your turn, though.
Is my other guy attack? Or?
Oh, yeah. So sorry. It is the wolf's turn. And then we'll come back to Zendri.
Oh, Wolfie.
My Wolfie. I'll have my Wolfie just attack.
Cool.
I don't know if he can move. I don't know.
Go for it. First hit misses. Second hit misses.
All right.
So that will now bring us to Zendri's turn.
Okay.
Okay. I want to get super duper close.
You can get all the way up in his business if you want.
I want to get up in his business.
Get up in there.
And I want to cast the 3rd level inflict wounds.
Oh man, cleric is going for it. Okay.
Yeah. Get him.
Let's see if this hits. I appreciate the risk, though. I appreciate the risk.
Come on.
Do you want to click on that +5 and tell me what you get?
Yep.
25.
16.
16?
16.
That hits. All right, roll your damage. 5d10. Crush some shit.
About time, baby. Let's go. Hold on, wait. Sorry.
50.
27.
Okay, nice. Yeah, huge. Okay, so
huge.
27. Okay.
Yes,
this is going to be a little unique, everyone. Okay, so as you kind of touch this thing, how do you want it to die?
As we touch.
I've been seduced.
Zendri, how would you like to kill this creature?
Let him pick it. Because I'm sure it'll be much better than
all right. So we're letting Seducius pick. I just want to double check that's what you want.
Yes.
All right, Seducius, take it away. How does Zendri kill this thing? And just so you know, inflict wounds. The way inflict wounds is she has to like touch it, and it does like necrotic damage to it. Just so you know.
Yeah. There was a killing blow made to the groin area of Gerstcock.
Just like
Yeah. At first, it's a soft moan, like oh, and then it's like. Turns to agony, like oh.
All right.
And then it just crumples from the like groin area inside out.
Oh god. So it does as Zendri with her cat claws kind of digs into the scrotum area of this creature. It does, and this elephant starts to collapse and kind of fall over. And as it hits the ground, you kind of like see the dust settle, and you all kind of start to look at each other, realizing you just ended this creature, and you start to notice movement from its body again. And then a little bit more as you look at it, and it starts to kind of paw at the ground a little bit, and the electricity in its tusk starts to spark, and it comes right back up, back to life. Hurting still. It still seems like in quite a bit of pain, but it is alive once again.
Blackened in the groin area, mind you.
The groin is gone. It's just ash, but it is alive regardless. So after Zendri...
I feel like at this point we need to pause for a second for our latest sponsor, Jockstrap.
That's right. Specifically, the Jockstraps brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yes.
No successful dick saving throws remain in that action.
And Avalon, it does smell a lot like bacon up in this area. Gorth, it actually comes back to Gorthok's turn.
Girthcock.
Girthcock is just going to just like use the last little bits of its life that Talos has given it, and it's going to take just 2 hits, one with its kind of like tusk and one with its like rear feet. The first one he's going to take at Zendri, the creature that tried to kill it essentially, or did successfully kill it. And let's see what he does. First one is...
Hey, real like Twitch question here.
Yes.
The Streamlabs in the chat, is that like an automatic thing?
Yes.
Okay, because I feel like every time we say something like super inappropriate, that thing pops up and says like, "Welcome to the channel, everyone."
It's on a timer, so I think that says more about us than the bot. Okay. So basically, every about 10 minutes to 15 minutes, we say something inappropriate. That's actually not a bad clock down, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
So first one hits Zendri. First one hits Seducius. Seducius, you're going to take 12 points of slashing damage from its tusks.
The
Oh, actually, no. So sorry. Torin's going to take the damage there. And then the next one is Zendri. And Zendri, you're going to take 12 points of damage from its hooves as well.
I'm dead.
You said 6 damage?
Oh, wait, maybe not. I still got 3 left.
12.
No, Zendri, you're probably dead. Both of you, as this creature takes this hit, and it hits you, as you feel it connect, you also feel that zap of electricity from its body. And you both are going to take another 7 points of lightning damage. So in total, you both just took 19 points of damage.
Oh, shit.
Oh my gosh.
I'm dead.
Can I use my absorb elements?
You're knocked out. We got you though.
Does absorb elements allow you to take lightning damage in that?
Yeah, it says triggering damage.
Then yes.
Lightning.
Yes, you can.
Alright, I'm gonna use that bad boy. This might save me. I don't know what it does exactly.
It should
2d6.
So you're gonna roll 2d6, and then it's gonna subtract from the total lightning damage that you took, and then you'll have whatever you absorbed available to send back at it on your next hit. So let me know what the 2d6 total is.
It is 6.
Okay, cool. So you only take 13 points of damage total instead of 19, and you have 6 points of lightning damage available to you.
Okay.
And then Zendri, I just want to double check, you're unconscious, yes?
See.
Okay. So that will end Gorthok's turn.
Wait, did I lose 12 damage right before that too?
No. In total, you lost 12 damage and then 7. So you lost 12 slashing damage, and then you lost 7 lightning damage.
Oh my gosh! So I have 1 health basically.
Yeah. So in total, but remember you absorbed it. So in total, you didn't take 19. In total, you took 13 because you absorbed 6 of those points.
Shit, what did I start at then? I think I'm at 10 now.
So that'll move us back to the top of the round. Flux, it is your turn.
I want to help Zendri.
Okay.
I want to use Cure Wounds.
Okay, so I'm going to just move you a little bit closer to her.
Yeah.
And then what level do you want to cast Cure Wounds on?
Let's do... I think up to third level for that?
I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah.
Let's do third level.
Okay. I'm pretty sure then if you've cast Hunter's Mark, this is your last spell, last second level spell anyway. So, yeah, go ahead and roll 2d, or you can just hit it on your marker if you'd like. 2d8 plus 2, and let me know what the total is. That will send to Zendry.
5.
5 total. Woof. All right. Well, you're not dead. That's a win. So, you have 5 total hit points. Yeah, 5 total hit points.
Well, so if I had -4, technically, it does not matter.
No. You just once you get to 0, you're at 0. The only time negative hit points matter is if you took in one shot enough to hit your hit point maximum. So, like if your hit point maximum is 40, and you took 40, you got to -40, instead of going unconscious, you instantly die. But for the most part, that's not going to come up unless you do something really stupid like jump off a cliff. So, I mean, Seduceous might. You never know. It's a thing. So that's Flux's turn. Flux, anything else on your turn? Seduceous, that'll bring us back to you, sir.
You gonna come save my life or what?
I'm gonna slay the beast for you, my dear. I'm gonna cast a level 3 careless whisper.
Nice. Okay. Solid. All right. So Girthcock needs to roll a 14. Girthcock makes his save, so he's only going to take half damage.
New name.
But you can roll your 5d6 on Girthcock to see how it goes.
Oh my god.
Is it hashtag roll?
Yeah, you can do that. It's not hashtag. It's exclamation point. Exclamation point roll space.
I mean, yeah, that's what I meant.
Hashtag exclamation point.
Okay, so he takes 9 points of damage as he hears like these weird saxophones start to erupt from everywhere. It's very strange. And he swears he sees a shirtless man dancing on a table. But he does kind of feel this like strange impending portion, and already kind of suffering this damage in his groin area. He does kind of like just can't hold it off anymore, and he kind of falls to the ground, tusks first. He no longer seems to be moving, and he does seem to be dead now.
See, I saved you. Saved all of you.
So you all have a chance to kind of look around.
You've been seduced.
Oh boy. I'm just mad that this is the way it ended. So I just want you guys to kind of take the chance to look around. You're on top of this mountain, or this little like kind of hill that leads with this Stonehenge around you. Everyone that's on top of the hill, yeah, everyone's pretty much up there. I'd like everyone to roll a perception check for me.
What is that?
that's Careless Whisper. That's Sexy Sax, man.
Dude, I was him for Halloween 3 years in a row, dude. Classic.
Oh my god.
Am I doing a roll? Oh no, check. Is there a check?
It's check, yes.
Check.
Check.
1, 2.
Okay, so everyone that rolled more than a 10, you actually notice that there are a couple of like areas of the earth here that have been kind of like cut into little rectangles, and there's still grass and vegetation growing on top of them, but you can actually see a little handle around you. And I'll say everyone's kind of spaced out, so you can see several. You can see, I'm gonna mark them in red. You can see one here, one here, and one here. There are several different hatches, and you realize that they seem to be on top of, like, if you kind of like visualize, on top of a cave entrance that's a little bit further down the hill, almost like it's a different way to get into the cave below it.
I just moved someone's character by mistake.
Well, fuck it. Seducius does what Seducius wants. That's all I'm saying.
I just moved Torin. Sorry. Whoa! Where'd Seducius go?
So what would you guys like to do? You kind of on top of this stuff.
Wait, so those new scribbles are where we can get in? Is that what that was?
Yeah. So there's basically a few different things. So the ones that are circled are cave entrances that you saw as you were just walking around. They're pretty big openings. They seem to have like a stone platform above them, and some of them you notice had like some markings, although you couldn't see them really quickly because you entered combat pretty fast. But the ones that are X's are basically areas where you can kind of see trapdoors leading downward. And you assume, based on where you saw the caves, that it seems to lead into the caves.
Oh, well, I feel like of course we got to do the trapdoors, right?
Hell yeah.
All right, let's go.
Hell yeah.
All right, so which one do you want to try to go into?
I'm going to move to that one right there.
Okay. So you open it up, and you start to kind of enter into the space. I'm going to start making it available to you. And it opens up into a little bit of a cave system. Doesn't seem to be too much in there, but you can kind of see from outside looking down through the latch that it does seem to kind of weave its way into an area a bit.
I mean, that is the most inappropriate picture.
I did this just for Seducius. If you could roll a dick check for me, that'd be great.
Oh my god.
I'm okay with it. I'll allow it. Let it happen. Let it happen. Why not? Fuck it.
Oh gosh.
Wait, am I actually rolling a deck saving throw? Or what?
No. I'm just fucking around. So Sless is looking down this trapdoor. You do see this space oddly shaped like a phallus, and you can enter if you'd like.
Yeah, let's enter it.
Okay, so you go in. You kind of notice that it starts to weave a little bit more. How far are you wanting? How far are you wanting to go in? Do you want to just like run in there? Do you want to go slow? What's your game plan here?
I'm going longer than Seducius. Let's go all the way in there.
All right, so you open it up, and it does open up into a space. Let me check one quick thing so I can tell you what you see.
Oh my god.
That looks appropriate right there.
Yes. Let's see. Where is it? Where did my little cheat sheet go?
Oh god.
I feel like this was the session that we needed what's his name? That we had a couple weeks ago. Yeah, loose asshole. Yeah.
Yes, we needed loose asshole to be around.
Yeah.
For this one. So you do see, like, as you open up into the space, it leads kind of into a bit of a room, kind of carved into the carved into this cave, into this kind of hill. It does seem unnaturally carved, like it was purposely cut out into the space, and it looks like it was meant to house one of the anchorites from above. It's unfurnished, but there's a bit of a cot on the floor. There are some niches in the walls as well that are holding these like creepy totems and some of the similar twig figures that you saw. And there is, again, just a bunch of odds and ends kind of pushed everywhere. Can you roll a perception check while you're down there for me, Sless?
Yes.
And is anyone else with him as well, or are you guys all kind of staying on top, maybe going into your own areas?
Yeah, I'll be on top.
As much as I like to stay on top, I'm gonna go right in with.
I mean, Helga told us you were a bottom. Is all I'm gonna say. Okay, so I'll say that you're in there too. It's fair. Seducius, if you want to make a perception check as well.
I can type here.
Awesome. So you actually both noticed that the area kind of around the walls seems to be a little bit like covered up. Like it's almost like it's like freshly been dug. It's been kind of patted down, and like there's a bunch of bits and bobs on top of it, but you can kind of see under the random bits of debris and pottery and things that are kind of shoved here, and some of the other like Talos effigies, that the ground underneath it seems to be like it's been recently loosened.
Well, I'd say let's start digging in there.
Okay, so you kind of open up, start pulling through it. Can you roll an investigation check for me?
Yeah. I rolled a 12.
Okay, so you kind of go through it, and you actually can like pull up this potion that seems to be kind of this swirling dark blue and silvery color. But it does look like there's a bottle with this liquid in it, kind of like swirling around in there, and it's almost like one of those like old school like little glitter lamps you used to have, you know. It's like swirling in there with this mix of dark gray and bluish, like a dark, almost black color. Nothing else seems to be in that space.
Hey, Seducius, look what I found. This little potion. Is that it for the room then?
That's all that you can kind of see, yeah, with what you've found.
All right. Well, I think we need to keep going in.
Okay.
Deeper.
So oh boy. So you kind of keep going through, and I'll just, as you walk past, you start to notice that it does open up a bit more. Directly in front of you, you see a bit of an alcove kind of cut in with a wooden gate kind of pushed into that space. The gate doesn't seem to have anything inside of it, but you do see like dead animal bones of a few like limbs from deers and things, and a knife on the inside of it, like clearly meant to slaughter whatever creatures were in this space. But nothing is inside of it, and it does kind of lead into a main chamber where you can kind of see some light starting to come in, so you assume that if you kind of round that corner, it does lead outside of the tunnel.
So if we go to the top part, it's probably going to go out that little entrance. But if we go to the bottom, it might go further into the tunnel.
Correct. Yeah, if you actually walk here, I'll just kind of open this for you too so we can kind of see it pretty quickly. If you walk into this space, you actually see another gate, this one metal. But inside of the gate is a boar that's just kind of like, it doesn't seem necessarily hostile, but it does seem to be kind of at the ready.
Seducius, what do you want to do? I feel like we should probably not go after that boar, but what are your thoughts?
Is the boar the same size as Girthcock, or what? Can we tell?
No, Girthcock was like the size of an elephant. This room would not fit that.
But how am I in there? That's what I want to know.
For very obvious reasons. Why you're answering your own question.
Yeah.
It's just a regular boar. It doesn't seem to be huge. It doesn't seem to be giant. It just seems like a regular sized boar, which is, you know, decently sized, but it's not like Gigantosaurus.
Yeah. Do you remember what happened the last time we fought a boar in the forest?
No. What happened? What happened?
It did not go well. Remember, it turned into like a orc or something, or it turned into some other.
It actually turned into one of these other half orc sorcerers you've been fighting.
Yeah.
Where's the rest of our team?
So yeah, I'm gonna say we should probably we're gonna head the other direction and see what everybody else is up to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that.
So yeah, you can exit if you'd like and just leave it alone. As you exit from the cave, you actually kind of appear in that area marked in a circle. You exit right from there. So in relation, if you see it kind of zoom out, it's that space.
Yeah. Perfect.
So here, I'll put you on the map so you're just kind of evident where you ended up. You and Celeste are up in the northwest corner. Would anybody else like to investigate the trapdoors at all, or go anywhere, or interact with anything? They left a boar alive in one of them. It's kind of up to you. But I'll put it like a little, let's say a little purple circle on the one that's already been checked.
Yeah, I'll go to the one closest to me, I guess.
Okay, cool. So you're going into this one. We'll open that space up a little bit for you. So that's C3. Okay. So you also kind of see a similar thing, and I'm going to open up a bunch of this for you here.
Ooh.
So you kind of... Are you able to see that yet? There it goes. It's just taking a while. So...
Just the tip.
Just the tip, but you do go into it. You see another room also unfurnished with a lot of debris on the floor. Roll a perception check for me.
All right.
Cool. You don't notice anything really in this space. There are some, again, just some pottery and bits of debris kind of put in places, but nothing really seems to jump out at you. You can keep going if you'd like. It does seem to kind of go a little bit deeper or further in.
Yeah, I'll go a little further.
Okay. So you see a very similar setup to what you saw before. There is a pen. Inside this pen is a deer. Just a regular deer, seems to kind of be waiting there. He's kind of tied up to the wall with a rope behind a wooden gate. And you can start to see light come in from the rest of the tunnel as it seems to lead outside. And then it also loops backwards.
The deer, is there anything valuable?
Roll a perception check for me, since you're kind of on the outside. Yeah, so it doesn't seem to be if it's anything valuable. There are implements of slaughter inside of the pen. You kind of start to believe that these might be like ritual sacrifices that are held here, or some type of food store. It's hard to say exactly which, but whatever creature is meant to be in here is meant to basically be slaughtered for some reason. But nothing of value is inside this space.
Okay. I can go down or like up and around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you wanted to go like kind of.
Yeah, I'll go that way.
Cool. So you also see a metal gate locking in a boar.
I'll just keep going past that. I'm not sure. Mess with that.
Yeah, no worries. So you can also exit, and I will say you end up in the northeast portion of the map up there.
Okay.
Cool. So there's one latch left. If you guys want to investigate or check out the other ones.
Yeah, I'll go in there.
Okay. So you also kind of go into it and see a similar thing. Let me get that into the right spot. There we go. It leads into a secret entrance that almost immediately goes into that unfurnished space. Again, similar things that you see here. You get the sense that there were two of these spaces were at least the half orcs from above, and you remember that there was another half orc that you caught in patrol on the way here, that big battle from before. You get the sense this is where they were living. In this space, you do again see a lot of detritus. There's pottery. There's little niches with like little voodoo dolls like we've seen before kind of put around there. There are effigies to Talos that you've now recognized because you've come in contact with these creatures several times. They worship that evil lightning god. And that's kind of what you see as of that. Would you roll a perception check for me though? So you can also tell that some of this space seems to have been moved away. In a way, it's almost a bit more obvious, though. Like a lot of the things have kind of been pushed up around a certain space. It's not that the earth has been dug off, but it's like an area has been kind of cut away from the rock itself, and things have kind of been piled on top of it to kind of hide something. It's hard to say what exactly because you can't see into it, but you think that you could probably clear away some of the junk and pottery to see what's behind it.
Yeah, I want to check out what's behind it.
Cool. Yeah, so very easily you just move these things out of the way. You like some of the pots break and crash. You move some of the voodoo twigs out of the way, and they kind of freak you out, but you seem to leave them. And inside you actually see a shield that's kind of pushed up into it. And the shield, as you kind of pick it up, you notice it's got this glimmer to it, almost like it's got a glow.
Okay, can I wait? I don't think I have any spells that'll detect anything, will I?
No, I'll allow an Arcana check if you want to try to figure out what this does.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
Is it just check Arcana?
Yep, exclamation point, check Arcana. Yeah, you're not sure. You don't know.
Okay. I think I'm gonna take it.
Okay. Yeah, cool. So you've got it on you. As you also kind of look around this space, you notice that there are some letters in there. It's not particularly legible. You don't speak Orcish, I don't think, right?
Just Draconic.
Yeah, so you don't know what it actually says, but you could tell there's some kind of language. It's just very, very messily scrawled, and very you can't make out the letters anyway. But there do seem to be some letters that are written in some language.
Keep checking out this space.
Roll an investigation check.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing of value. Just the letters and the shield.
Okay. Can I keep moving further down?
Mm-hmm. Are you leaving the letters alone, or are you taking them with you, just so I know?
I'm going to leave those alone.
Okay. Yeah, so you can keep moving further down, and you notice the same kind of thing. It opens up where you can start seeing some daylight, and it kind of rounds off into a pen with a metal gate and a boar inside.
Well, then.
Are you leaving? Are you interacting with the boar at all, or?
Nope, I'm leaving.
All right, so you guys all leave. You're kind of, as you exit, you are outside of. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I want you, and I want you. You kind of exit in this space. So you're all a little spread out right now, but you do feel like you've gotten a pretty good lay of the land. You don't see any other entrances. You've all looked around a little bit. You've been able to kind of find a few things, but that's kind of where you are.
Just so you know, boars behind metal gates represent trapped sexual frustrations. We should go release those boars.
Oh my.
Like a good thing to do.
I mean, you can release one of them if you want to try. It's up to you.
Where do you come up with this shit?
His therapist already told him that. He had a dream and it just was relevant.
I'm not releasing one. Hell no, dude. Go for it, dude. All by myself. I'm not letting one out.
We're supposed to kill the fucking orcs for Falcon Face or whatever his name is.
So that was in a different location. This was to try to help Xanth.
For Xanth, we got to kill the fucking things.
Yeah. I mean, you feel like you cleared this space a little bit. You don't know where Xanth is, but you feel like you did what he asked you to do.
We should go find him.
You want to find him and leave the boars? You want to leave up the pent-up sexual frustration in there?
We just dealt with your homie, okay, your cousin. I think we should try to go find Sam.
Okay.
So you're getting in the Neverwinter Wood here. Let me show you a little bit of where you are. Sword Coast. Okay, so you are where the green dot was. And where's my Sword Coast? Xanth said that he would be nearby because his home is basically in between. It's kind of in between the where the rivers are here. So if I can mark that for you, I'll mark it in, let's say, yellow. Xanth said he wasn't very much further away from where that was. Here. In that yellow area. So you can head that way. Again, just to kind of give you some context, you're at the green marker. Falcon's Hunting Lodge is the orange marker. And the location where the other orcs were, the ones that were requested by Falcon to kind of be cleared out, were at the red marker.
Okay. All right, guys, what do you say? Do you want to go find Xanth and let him know what we did?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Go.
Awesome. So you guys kind of start heading off in that direction. Who's kind of going first? What's the marching order?
I'll go first.
Can you roll a survival check for me? Let's just see if we can get to Xanth without too much trouble. Cool. Yeah, it's a pretty short trip, and you've got a pretty clear marker on the map, so you're able to get there. It's not very much further from where Xanth said. He said he would be staying nearby. So as you start kind of going through the woods, you start to kind of follow the sound of running water as Xanth instructed, and you start to notice the trees clear out just a little bit, and you come upon. You first start to smell the smell of like firewood starting to kind of burn, like a fire pit. And as you kind of head a little bit further, you do see in front of you that there's a bit of a camp made with a little bit of a fireplace and a tarp kind of strung between the trees. And underneath the tarp is our centaur friend, just kind of kneeling on the ground a little bit, all four. His haunches are down. And he's not really looking at you. He hasn't noticed that you've arrived yet. He's kind of staring off at the river.
All right. Well, I'm going to. Who's with me right now?
Everyone. You guys all went together.
Everybody.
We're all here.
Okay. So I'm just gonna get his attention and just say, "Hey, dude, you remember us?"
Oh, I'm so grateful that you've returned. Were you successful? Were you able to save my home?
Yes. But we did find some things underground.
I'm not certain. There was not quite an underground portion when I lived there. It was just the stones that were a marker for my people. But there wasn't anything underground.
Hold on 1 second, guys.
What was it that you found?
Well, I found a potion.
Oh, okay. That's quite nice. I don't know what it's.
Can I show it to you and can I show it to you? Maybe you can tell me if you know what it is.
I can certainly try. It's not quite my expertise, but I will give it a shot. So he kind of looks at it and he says, "I'm very sorry, but I don't know what that is. I wish I could be more help."
I wish you could also.
You haven't checked either, by the way.
Well, I guess I could. What do I roll for?
You can do an Arcana check if you want to just kind of blindly figure out what it might be for.
Oh. Let's see.
I don't know.
I'm gonna roll a narcotics check on Celeste over here.
16.
You're not 100% sure what it does, but you can kind of tell with a little bit of you have an arcane background, so you probably know a little bit more. Yeah, I'm going to put it in chat for you. This is what's called a potion of invulnerability. And it does make you, as the name says, invulnerable for a certain amount of time. I'm going to link it so you have it. And I will add it to your inventory. But that's what it is, my friend. So you have the link. You can investigate on your own, but let me add it for you.
All right.
Equipment. But yeah, Xanth kind of hands it back and says, "I'm very sorry. I don't know what this does."
That's okay. I apparently just figured it out.
Well, you're much smarter, man. Devil, I don't know what you are. I'm very sorry as well, but you clearly have more arcane information than I do.
Yes.
Were you able to determine what they were doing there? Why they found it necessary to destroy and apparently dig up my home?
I don't think we ever found that out, did we? I think we. I think they all died before we got a chance to try and figure that out.
Roll a history check for me.
We killed all of them.
Yeah, roll a what check?
A history check, since you asked the questions less. I'm not upset that you killed them all. It's not the worst thing that we don't know why they came.
I rolled a 9.
Yeah, you could probably put context because they actually said it. So they were essentially pushed out of where they came from by the dragon. And you've actually heard this before, that orcs have been moving further away from where they originally were in the mountains because the dragon that's been flying around has apparently layered where they came from. So I'll say with that check, you can remember that.
Okay. So actually, yeah, it actually just popped back into my head here. We found out that they moved there because they were pushed out of where they were living by the dragon. So it seems everybody's been impacted by this dragon in this area.
And so now Xanth finally does kind of stand up and he gets to his full height, which is pretty high. I mean, he's obviously half horse, half dude. And he's almost probably like 7 feet, 8 feet to the top of his head. And he now kind of starts to look and he says, that is perhaps more concerning then. I'm glad that they're gone for now, but almost certainly they will be back until the dragon is gone. Or at the very least, the other orcs in this area are taken care of.
Yeah, I think we need to figure out where this dragon is so we can try and stop all this mayhem that he's causing.
Yeah, I do not know specifically, but what I can say is I believe they come from the mountains to the south. I don't know exactly where. There might be someone in town that may know. I know that Phandalin is not very far from here. They might have an inclination, or perhaps there is more information. I might suggest that if you come upon more of these orcs, that you leave one or two alive and see if they have information to share.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I know my friend Seducius here wants to get back to Phandalin, but we're going to have to figure out where we want to go as a group. But that's a good idea to try and do a little investigative work next time we come up with them.
Yes.
Well, is there anything else you need?
No, again, I'm very appreciative of what you've done for us. I don't know if I have the means to repay you currently. I don't have any money on me. But if I find something of value, I will be sure to find you or find someone who knows you, and I will deliver it.
Sounds good. I think we're going to head back into town.
Thank you again. I will make way for the circle, and if you need anything else, you can find me there. And he kind of like starts to pack up his things, and you get the impression that he's going to start making way as you guys kind of take off back towards wherever it is that you're heading. So I will say it's about 11:30. We can try to go to the other kind of woodland manse and try to find the other orcs. You can camp in Xanth's spot if you so choose. He kind of had a safe space that you noticed. But I think it might be a pretty good stopping point for tonight. I know a few of us like to try to get to bed before 12, so.
Yeah, I think some of us need a long rest too, right?
Yeah, some of you are.
Yeah, we definitely need a long rest.
Half of us are dead.
Or half dead, not
almost
dead.
Pretty close to it. I think Seducius is doing great. I don't think he's taken...
half dead and half cocked and ready to go.
What's half cock of a normal cock? What's the regular spell there?
Half cock.
It's about 6 inches half cocked. So you know.
That's impressive. That's quite a lot. It's more than I expected or believe. So, friends, I'll say that we just hunker down here, and Xanth allows you to use his campsite, and he'll kind of leave it for you to use. So feel free to hit long rest, and then we'll find a time to pick up again next time. Maybe it'll be Wednesday again. Who knows? No one knows when things happen anymore in the world. But for those who were in the stream, I really appreciate you jumping on and listening in. I know we had some technical difficulties, which I'm going to try to figure out before next time, because I don't know what the fuck happened. That was the weirdest thing ever. But it was a good time. Thanks, everyone, for joining in and dealing with all of our nonsense. And on to the next adventure.